Welcome everybody to the presentation of Pectcof. This stands for pectin from coffee, and I will take you on the journey of this beautiful red cherry as we are unlocking the potential of coffee pulp biomass. This cherry is being picked, sorted and transported in central processing facilities throughout the world. What's happening there is that you see the coffee beans are getting out. Most of the times there's two inside, completely green. And the peel and the flesh of the skin of this cherry is waste. All of it is waste. This waste is being dumped. This is just a medium-sized coffee cooperative in Costa Rica, and you can see the degradation of the biomass alongside the road. You can also see that it's polluting rivers and lakes in the near area because of the acidification of the soil. And this is just a medium-sized coffee cooperative. What happens on a large scale? Well, there's a lot of landfilling. This also completely acidifies the soil, and this soil won't be ready for agriculture for the coming years. This is an environmental problem. There are some companies, however, that are working on organic matter. So they have a 9-month-long process to transform the pulp into something that has a very low percentage of fertilizer. So I would rather call it a compost instead of a fertilizer, because a fertilizer typically has these percentages, 12, 10 and 18%, whereas this compost only has a very, very low percentage. So there's something happening. But what we do is we take the raw material composition. It's a lot of sugars, a lot of cellulose, but mainly it's pectin and protein that are very functional, that we take out of this matrix and we make it into a food ingredient. There's also some polyphenols, antioxidants, colorants, and actually there's also some caffeine in this pulp. So what we do is we have a biomass, not a waste stream. We transform it with the use of our patented technology right now into 3 streams of products. Our first food ingredient called Dutch gum, water-binding fibers for different markets, and sugars to make second or even third grade biofuels. This is a biorefinery concept, and we're not ready yet. There's also the antioxidants that can end up in a drink, or the colorants that can end up in even painting your textiles. So what we do is local processing. We work together with the coffee farmers, with the plantations. We give them additional income through transforming this wet and unstable material into a stable and dry biomass. That biomass can be shipped worldwide. Right now we're shipping it to Europe, where we do the processing together with a service provider in pilot plant productions. In these pilot plant productions, the extraction, separation and modification is made to come up with our 3 streams of products. We're currently focusing on our first ingredient, and that's the emulsifier and stabilizer Dutch gum. We call it Dutch gum to be able to compare it to the current ingredient Arabic gum that we can replace. We have a significantly higher functionality compared to Arabic gum, and that's one of the major driving forces behind our business model. So the markets that we can enter are cosmetics, paints, calf milk replacement, and drinks. Actually, drinks is a very, very big market. As you can see on this slide, the market size of Arabic gum, 54 kilotons per year. And that's just Arabic gum. That's not even talking about pectin separate or about protein separate. So we are typically within the spray-dried flavors and the functional flavors. That's our target market. 22,000 tons per year, which is already a huge market. Our roadmap, 2011 the idea became clear. 2013 we created the Limited. In 2015 we filed our first patents. In 2017 we began production. And right now we're on the road to 2020 to raise a Series A financing to build a factory of 1,000 ton of biomass in and 150 ton of Dutch gum out. So if there's any investors in the room, I would like to talk to them, of course. After 2020, we go around the corner because then we start to do the whole biorefinery concept. Dutch gum is just a money maker. The rest of the biomass also needs to be a high value product. So the core team, it's very small, we have a low burn rate. It's Femke for research and development, Hans for management, and me on both management and research. But we don't do this alone. We have a lot of partners on the supply side in Costa Rica and in Colombia. On the process side, Wageningen University, Biobase Europe, and Institute for Sustainable Processing. On the product side, Food Valley, Cybercolloids, and on the investment side, StarLife, OostNL, and the Center for Bio-Based Economy. And these are just a few of the main parties we work with. We have a lot more. So this is the story about this beautiful red cherry and how we add value and sustainability to the coffee supply chain. Thank you.
Thank you for highlighting a problem that typically doesn't get talked about. Quick two questions. At what price point are you putting the feedstock at? And then are you using the entire waste, or will there be some waste to the waste?
Very good question. The current raw material price is $2.15 per kilogram, and we use about 10 to 15%. And if you make the calculation, a kilogram of Arabica gum makes about $12 per kilo, but we are 20 to 30 times more effective. So our theoretical price of sales is around $200 to $300 per kilo. Of course, we go lower than that to access the market.
From a business plan point of view, what's the that's the capital-intensive investment, I guess, and what's the return?
Yeah, so we're currently looking at the Series A, which is 4 million in capex, and that's gonna produce about 150 ton of Dutch gum against a price of €150 per kilo. So that's already returning investment on the first factory.
How many years?
That's a return within 3 to 4 years.
In terms of IP, I mean, without going into too much detail, but which parts exactly are protected and proprietary to your company?
Yeah, so we have protected the conversion from wet and unstable biomass to dry and stable biomass. We've protected the process to actually extract these ingredients from it, and we've protected the chemical structure of the Dutch gum. Currently, we're working together with our potential customers to also patent the product application in which our product is used.
You're based in the Netherlands?
Yeah, we are based in the Netherlands, but we work together with parties in Costa Rica and Colombia, and we're actually trying to expand to Brazil and Vietnam as well. Yeah.
And how easy will that be to scale? It seems like a fairly complex process.
Well, for now we already did 6 pilot plant trials, so we got some experience with the process. This year we're going to do another 5 production runs, and that's already yielding sample that customers can test in their product applications. So they can see that the functionality is what we say that it is, and they can test on taste and color.